I'm Kelly Bennett, and we are here at the legendary Coach House in San Juan Capistrano for another Alert the Globe live stream that's happening tonight. And we've got the legendary, the legend, the man, Dennis Jones from the Dennis Jones, and I want to say blues band because that's how we've been promoting it, but it's just the Dennis Jones Band.
Dennis Jones Band, Dennis Jones Blues Band, that's fine.
Well, I've been listening to you on Soundcheck, and I'm telling you, it's some blues in there.
It is blues in there, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Lots of blues.
Lots of blues.
Okay, so let's take it back a notch a little bit. You're 13 years old. You just got your first guitar.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
What I'm thinking, how to tune this thing. And everybody in the room was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
So yeah, it was, I wanted to be a drummer, but parents said the drums were too loud, so guitar was my next choice, and I'm glad it was guitar. Yeah, I've started playing as a kid. I was in my first band when I was almost 16, and then I played in high school dances and around town and some local stuff. But
I heard they were barn
dances.
Barn dances, tell me.
I'm a country boy, so we would, on Friday nights, kids would come home from school. They would all go to the barns, and we'd have 3 drummers, 4 bass players, tons of guitar players, and 1 bottle of whiskey.
And how about the cows and the horses?
They were there too. They were there too, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your early influences, because I read a little bit about who influenced you, and I was very interested and tell us.
It was a whole lot of people, actually. I started with rock and roll. I was listening to, my brother was the Woodstock generation, so I was listening to Dylan, to Janis Joplin, to Hendrix, Santana Blues Band, a lot of stuff back then. But at the same time, I was also listening to Al Green, James Brown, Mahalia Jackson on Sundays with my mom. So it was all kind of music in my house. It was everything you can imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you started out on your own. What time of frame? I mean, when was it that you actually jumped into the music industry full time?
Full time, it's been a few times in my life, but for the last 8 years, actually, I was laid off from a job. I was still playing and touring, but when I got laid off about 8 years ago, it was the time I decided this is the time to do it full time. So for the last 8 years, but I've had some periods in my life where I was doing it, but now it's just dedicated to that.
And he has opened up for some of the most amazing bands. I want to talk about what it was like when you opened up for Johnny Winter.
Opened for Johnny Winter right here in this room, actually.
Oh, are you kidding?
In this room, and he was one of my, Johnny was one of my idols that I just followed him from the early days till stuff he did with his brother, with Edgar. He's just been, I saw him go through his rock and roll stage and rock and roll hoochie coo, back to the blues again on Alligator Records and everything. And it was amazing to actually not just play here and play before him, but actually go in his trailer and meet him. It was really an honor to do that.
Awesome.
I was a bit nervous, but.
Now let's talk about Leon, the Hendrix experience. Was that with Leon?
No, I actually opened at, that was a festival down in Dana Point. What's that festival?
Doheny Blues Festival?
Doheny Blues Festival, yeah. They had Experience Hendrix Tour. And we just were part of the show. I wasn't in the show.
Okay.
I just opened up in that show, yeah, on the big stage.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. So what is next for Dennis Jones now that we are in this pandemic and all your tours have been canceled? You were supposed to go to Australia and Italy and all these places.
All got canceled.
Now what?
I'm in the studio. I've been writing a lot. This downtime has been, I'm making the best of it. I have an acoustic album in the can, but I'm also, my band album, the electric album, I just went back in the studio last week, and I want to have that out by October, November. I'm going to release a single on it probably in August, in a month. And, well, not even a month from now, but, so yeah, I want to release an album this year, and hopefully, when this is over, get back out on the road and promote it.
Has this pandemic done anything to your writing or your music, I guess, creativity? Have you been able to dig down deep inside and actually write something different, something about what's going on, or has it affected you?
The interesting thing about the universe to me is like, I was writing a lot of stuff end of last year around October, November, December that relates to exactly what's going on now. And it's just, I think a lot of artists probably tuned into that. So the songs that I'm doing, a few of them are definitely the times we're now. I have love songs, R&B songs, I have a reggae song, some funk rock songs. So it's, I never do a straight blues album. And I got a couple blues tunes as well. But I'm not one to do the same thing on one album. I have so many different influences, I like to put them all out there. So that's what I do. Yeah.
Okay, so where can people find your music?
They can find my music at DennisJonesCentral.com. and go look through. I have 6 CDs out and a live DVD that I did at Temecula Theater. And I'm just, if you want me to come to your town, let me know. Once this is over, we want to be out on the road as long as possible.
That's right. Well, good luck to you, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Joan. Thank
I'm
you.
Kelly Bennett. That's it for Backstage 360. We'll talk to you next time.